Wanted to commend you guys, and great feedback on the videos. Appreciate all that everybody's doing. Believe it or not, we're definitely helping people. People are getting questions answered, getting ideas. So let's just move on with the new video. If you see the thumbnail when you click this, I'm assuming you paid attention to it. That was at Kroger's. I went there this morning along with Walmart. Noticed at Kroger's pretty much the same as it's been, but the meat selection has gone down quite a bit. It looks pretty though, doesn't it? Everything's nice and neat and in nice little rows pulled to the front. But that's all, look, that's not stacked to the back underneath the shelves or double stacked. Everything's single stacked. So I'm still seeing kind of what I've been here. It's consistent, canned goods, different things, still fighting. So again, drop in the comments below. Let me know your area. This is Thursday. All right, folks, this is the day that we all kind of give each other updates of our area. Let us know how shopping's been. I know there's been ups and downs with all kinds of dairy products and spices and canned goods and all kinds of different things, depending on what part of the country or in the world that you're in. But before we get started, real deep down into this, Catherine had asked a question. If you remember earlier in the week, I showed you the thumbnail of the steaks. And she had a question. She's like, hey, when you're freezing meats and things, how long can you keep them in the freezer? So I thought, well, this would be a great opportunity just to cover this briefly for information. Again, that's why we watch these videos. I mean, that's why I watch YouTube videos, right? I mean, yeah, for fun and for some different cool things, but I also want to be educated. I want to learn new things and I want tips. And sure, this is stuff we all can jump online and pull up, but let's just go ahead and just real quick go down the line. So Catherine, if you're freezing steak and you just do it in your normal freezing way, you just wrap it in a freezer bag or however your preferences are, get your black marker out, mark the date that you're putting it in the freezer. Now this, like the steaks that I bought, what I found recommended is 6 to 12 months. Poultry, what's recommended now, if it's a whole chicken or a whole turkey, they say it can last, a good year. These are just recommendations that I'm finding. I'm sure you can give or take a month or two. Now, if it's regular, like chicken breast, thighs, wings, they recommend around 9 months. Don't let it go again, because you want to keep the quality, obviously. I mean, I'm sure you could things can be still edible in some of these different states, but they start losing some of the quality and the flavors. And let's be real, we like to eat, so we want to make sure the flavor is still good. Pork is 4 to 12 months. Now that's a pretty broad spectrum there, and I want to talk about those different spectrums here in a few minutes. Processed pork, that's be like your hamburger, or I'm sorry, your hot dogs and lunch meat and things like that. Only 1 to 2 months, so you can't keep those in there super long with the quality start going down. Fish, they recommend lean. You can do 6 to 8. Fatty, 2 to 3. Ground meat, or that's like your hamburger meat and such, 3 to 4 months. Now, if you cooked leftovers, so if you've cooked steak or you've cooked your chicken, it recommends no longer than 2 to 3 months. Now, vacuum sealed. Okay, any of these items vacuum sealed, I mean, you're extending the life, and we're not going to delve into that right now. Vacuum sealed 2 to 3 years. I'm sure that you can make it a little less, a little more, depending on what meats you're talking about. So obviously, Catherine, if you're looking at, like, if you have a deep freezer and you're looking for more long-term type, you would want to start researching vacuum sealing in the different time frames. Again, make sure everything's marked. As a rule, what I do, like with my steaks, my chicken, my pork, if have some hamburger meat, whatever I'm freezing, I rotate my stuff. That's why I mark it. As a rule of thumb, I try to keep everything no longer than 3 to 4 months. That's my oldest piece of meat in the freezer. I like to use it up. I like to keep it fresh as possible, the flavors, and I just don't ever want to risk losing it, because again, I don't like losing money either. And I just have my large freezer with I have a good sized refrigerator with a freezer. I don't have a deep freezer yet right now. So I personally just stay within that 3 to 4 months for all of this above. And that covers pretty much everything, unless you're dealing with some processed pork and such. But so that's what I would do, Catherine. And again, I hope that also helps if somebody else has some ideas, or if I said something that might have been totally out of whack, feel free to jump in the comments and let's share that with Catherine and help her out. So my normal grocery haul today, I also had this that I cooked for my second breakfast, because let's be honest here, sometimes first breakfast just doesn't cut it. So I'm also going to talk about, I do this from time to time, this Bear Creek brand. If you've seen my past videos, you've been around a little while, I've probably done about 3 or 4 different flavors, and I keep trying to try a new one. So it's a fun thing I like to do. This one here is the vegetable beef, so we'll talk about that here in a few minutes. Now, if you've seen some of my other videos, I'm always looking for deals and stuff. Now, when I was at Kroger's, you've heard me talk about my wife has to have that caffeine fix in the morning, right? And a lot of times it's easy to go to the fridge, grab out like a Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Sometimes they're hard to find. Well, Kroger's has this private collection, the vanilla and the caramel. Now, she's tried the caramel because I wanted to make sure before I stocked up. They're actually on sale. If you like this type of stuff, 2 for $3 here in my area in Tennessee. And man, that's a pretty good deal when you can get them on sale like that. So I stocked up with what they had on the shelf. I probably got maybe 8 or 9 of them. And that's about all they had. Now, they had mocha. She didn't like the mocha, okay? And looking at the shelves, nobody else does either, because the mocha was about packed. A lot of times, sometimes that's how you can find out if something's good or not. So, yeah, well, they still got tons of this, but that one's almost gone. So also, there's another one. So when I was at Walmart, I noticed they finally had in stocks a few of these great value, their type of a cold, lattes. So I was like, well, let me try one. She hasn't tried this one yet. It's a vanilla. Actually, I had to go all the way high up on the top shelf and snag this one because for some reason, these things just can't stay stocked. So I found her this one, and we'll let her try it soon. And again, that'll be another go-to option when the Dunkin' Donut drinks aren't available. So hope you don't mind me sharing ideas and deals with you. Walmart also had disinfectant. Now this is that disinfects, and I'm sure you're starting to see some of this brand. This is like a generic type of a brand that obviously since this past year, when you couldn't find any type of Clorox wipes or anything on the shelves, they've come out with another brand here, a cheap brand. It was $1 for this canister, so I grabbed a couple of them. There's 80 wipes per one for $1. And again, I didn't have to go searching to try to find the Lysol brands or whatever. So I'm going to try it out. I haven't ever done it. I've been trying to read through the different ingredients and just kind of see if it's the same active ingredients as the other ones. So we'll see. I'm going to give it a shot. It's a multi-purpose type wipe, and a lot of times it's just for easy cleanup stuff and things. We're not disinfecting for medical purposes or anything, but this is good to have. We needed some of these, so I grabbed those. So like I said, I grabbed a couple, so I got those. Let's see what else, just real quick. I got peanut butter. Obviously, I like to stay well stocked on peanut butter. So you can eat it right out of the jar with a spoon, which some people do around here. And, it's good for a snack. You can put it on bread, crackers, whatever. It's it holds you, it fills up your stomach. In the background, you saw rice and beans. Obviously, you always want to keep stocked on those. Some more of the day-to-day usage, some cereal bars, some yogurts and things. Those are quick grabs, especially because somebody around here eats 2 breakfasts, evidently. So it's nice to have something that you can have quick for a second breakfast. Try to eat the power drinks and things, stay stocked up on those. So that's pretty much that. Occasionally when I go to the store, I go by the camping section. And again, I just like to add slow, methodical add to the long-term storage. So today, go grab me a Mountain House. These are really good. And it's a 30-year product. I mean, you throw that thing in, you're good for 30 years. I wouldn't leave it out in the garage. Heat is not good for just about anything. So keep it in your home somewhere and just, keep getting creative storing stuff, and that's what you can do. Just kind of off base a little bit. My wife really loves these Crystal Light boxes. Well, Kroger's had these on sale, and if you got 5 or more, whatever, they were $1.50 a piece. And sometimes you can find these at like dollar stores and stuff. They have off brands. Believe me, we've tried a lot of the lemonade off brands. Crystal Light is her go-to, and you got to keep the wife happy. They say happy wife, happy life, right? So we definitely took care of her today. We got lots of the little fun things that she likes that keeps her happy and keeps her in a good mood as long as possible. So I'll probably get in trouble if I keep talking, so I'm done there. Let's move right on along. You know, they always say too, don't go to the store hungry. Well, because I didn't have second breakfast, obviously I was already kind of hungry, and I was just looking at the cookies. It's just a small pack. It was like $2. But I noticed there was only one left of this one. It's s'mores. It's a soft Chips Ahoy, chewy. It's look, I've already been into it. Okay, I've already gotten in here, and these things are good. I like them. So, with sweet tooth, I try not to keep a lot of junk food on hand, but you know, sometimes you just have to. You know, it's a good comfort food. It's just something that you got to deal with sometimes when you're life, and it's nice to have some sweets. And so anyway, that's what I did. So let's talk about the soup. And also, I picked up another can of Keystone beef. That's going to lead me right into the soup here. These Bear Creeks, super lightweight. All right, now it says makes 8 servings. It's a ½ gallon of soup alone, just by doing the directions. You add 8 cups of water. You boil the water, you put the stuff in, let it simmer for about 15 minutes, and you're good to go. If you were backpacking, or if, like I said, you had a bug out situation, or things where you keep this in your car, or whatever, now you do need the water, but you have the heating source, you have the water. This is an easy, nice hot meal, especially on a cold day. If you got your kids, you know, your family, and trust me, it makes quite a bit of soup. Now in this particular, in a lot of these soups, you can do a lot of things to these. They're very versatile. You can add stuff to them. You can put meats in them, because a lot of times they don't come with meat. Now this is, in this particular one, it has a beef broth, and I've already tasted it. It's a good flavor. It's got some pasta in it, some rice, barley, lentils, veggies. So as you can see, and it's actually, there's quite a bit of stuff in here, but there's no actual meat. So this is $3. So literally you could get everybody a bowl of soup for only $3. Now that's a good price. However, I personally believe that if you're able to, open up a can of something like this. It's a good quality beef. And I think I've been picking these up at Walmart when they're in stock for about between $7 to $8. And chickens, $6 to $7. So for this case, if I'm making a vegetable beef soup, man, I haven't done this with this yet, but I can already imagine opening this up, heating up the meat, you know, shredding it up apart, putting it down in there. Man, my mouth's watering just thinking about that, the chunks of beef and stuff while I'm eating this. I might have to end up doing that here soon. Someone's getting hungry. So now you've just stretched this even further, and you've just made more food. You got some protein that you've added in there. And if that's, say, $7, this is $3 for $10. You're easily feeding 5 or 6 people. So just letting you know that's a tip, along with information, with updates on the local stores. I'm also trying to give you some food ideas, something maybe you've never tried before, so you're not just eating the same old stuff over and over and over again. You're saying, hey, you know, Jerry, thanks for that. I'm actually going to try something new. So that's what we've done today. So again, jump in the comments. Let me know your stores. Let me know how life is going on around where you're at, and how readily things are. And I hope you're all still prepping. You know, I hope you guys haven't stopped. You know, things seem quiet with groceries and food shortage talks, but let's just be honest here. There are shortages because things aren't the same. Sometimes you can't find what you want. So we've talked about that, and that's why we do these updates every Thursday. So please hit the thumbs up button on your way out the door, and you all have a great rest of the day, and I will talk to you guys later.